Good evening, folks. There's been a lot of chatter in the last 24 hours about the refugee program that President Trump has authorized for Afrikaners suffering from unjust racial discrimination to be granted refugee status to go to the United States. When I say the last 24 hours, it's the 30th of April, 2025. So there's a post, and you'll see this here on the screen, in which someone's talking about trying to find a home for their pets because they're leaving for America in this program. Now, they don't want their pets to be abandoned. They don't want something bad to happen, and I appreciate that. There's also been people who've shown up in chat sessions and said, hey, I'm going on this date. Now, folks, I don't think you understand the danger that people are in. There are people with ill intent who would like to make examples or harm people who are going the refugee program. If you're going in this first batch that it appears is actually happening as we speak at this moment, in what I would call a proof of concept to prove that we can do this in-country refugee program, if you're going in a batch, my advice is the following. Be quiet. Don't tell people. Now, I understand some things are necessary. You have to, for instance, unwind some things or make sure your pets are taken care of if you can't afford to take them with you. I get that. But folks, you really need to be circumspect about who you tell about what your plans are and what you're doing. We've already seen over the past couple months plenty of people rubbishing family members and relatives, telling they're fools and they're idiots, and leading all sorts of discussions and anger and angst. My recommendation to everyone involved in this program is, if you're involved in it, unless you want to share it with an honest broker, an honest person who's telling the truth, like myself or, some folks in Afrikaners or Evan Galopter or something like that, don't advertise who you are from rooftops. Don't go into social media and say, I'm out of here. There's no reason to say you're departing, you're not in an airport. My recommendation would be to be careful and to use what we call in the military operational security. You don't disclose details because it could put you at risk or your family members at risk. We've seen the nonsense that's occurred with News 24 doxing this Sebastian Justa gentleman, claiming he's the twatter boss, and the death threats and the horrible things happening to him and his family right now. And we also saw the same thing essentially from police doxing the principal in the school involving that rape case. He had nothing to do with it. And people rubbished him and destroyed his life and threatened. His total reputation is completely destroyed because of irresponsible comments by people in the police. So keep that in mind. Your life can be made very miserable by evil people, and there are lots of evil people out there. There are many people that are very angry that Donald Trump has offered this program. There are many people who are white in Afrikaans who are angry about it. And on the other end of the spectrum, there are people. So my recommendation to everyone is just keep it to yourself. If you're going to America, don't announce your departure. Go to America, and then if you want to tell people you're there safely, do it. The whole point of the refugee program is to help people whose lives are in peril, who are in mortal jeopardy. So, announcing your plans and telling everyone where you're going, you're not going on holiday. This isn't a vacation. This isn't an excursion off to America and you'll be back in a couple months. No, this is life-altering decision, life-altering activity that changes the trajectory of your life, hopefully for the better. So treat it as such. If you are someone that's being interviewed and getting medical exams and getting dates to fly, I'd suggest that you be circumspect, that your identity not be revealed. It's just good OPSEC, operational security. Not rocket science, not complicated, not difficult to understand. Just use good judgment. The Guardian ran an article, and I was a bit surprised, if not shocked, to see several Afrikaners reveal their name and photographs of their family to the Guardian, saying that we're going, and this is, look, it's your prerogative. But you don't get the danger that you're in my view. You don't get once there's dozens, hundreds, thousands of people leaving in a refugee program to go to America, if that occurs, those people won't be targeted as individuals. But when there's only a handful of people with evil, malicious intent will try to make an example. They will try to interfere with your effort. Please keep that in mind. And remember that loose lips sink ships. It's a phrase from World War II, but it's apropos today. If you run your mouth, you put yourself at risk. Now, you can ignore whatever I say. That's your prerogative. I'm just offering you sound advice to be smart about yourself and your loved ones so you don't find yourself on the back foot here. Anyway, folks, what say you, South Africa, Mzansi, South Africa? What say you, world? I think if you're part of the program and you're moving forward, it's best just to keep it pretty chill. Right? Cheers.